Good afternoon. Hopefully I didn't come at a bad time. Great. Nice to meet you. I'm Julian Knight from the station. Captain Kincaid sent me here to take a look at the wiring. Sorry about the fire, by the way. But don't worry. I'm going to make sure everything's fixed up in no time. As long as there's no surprises waiting for me. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to tell until you're right in the thick of it. Electrical maintenance can be tricky, especially after a fire. Technically, I'm here to make sure your smoke detector still works, batteries included, and that there's no exposed wiring. The last thing we want is another fire, and faulty wiring is how you get more fires. That's only the start, though. Smoke and water damage are also big problems. They can cause a whole lot of issues if you don't catch them early on. Plus, you never know if the fires might have damaged or weakened something and it can't be seen without taking it apart first. Since the damage wasn't too bad, though, I doubt that'll be the case. But I'm going to give us both some peace of mind and check anyway. Wow, and I'm still talking. I get way into my own head, and I'm used to being asked all sorts of questions when I'm sent out on jobs like this, so kind of helps me lay out the plan, I guess. That being said, I should get to work. Could you tell me where the breaker is? I gotta check if the power's been shut off, before I do anything else. The kitchen? Got it. Lead the way. Yeah, that makes sense. Most fires start in the kitchen for both obvious and not so obvious reasons. A lot of the times, it's because people leave a lot of their appliances plugged in, and that can cause an overload. You can guess what the other big contender is. Yeah, I've seen more than my fair share of date night dinners gone wrong. That's all I'm gonna say. You mind pointing me towards the breaker? Perfect. Thank you. A mess? What mess? You had a fire in here recently. You don't need to apologize. If you ask me, the only ones who should be embarrassed are the people who slacked off on maintenance for the apartment. You couldn't have known. No use complaining about it now. Not when I can make sure it doesn't happen again anytime soon, at least. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. You're more than welcome to join me. No, really, I enjoy the company. It sure beats talking to myself about insulation or worrying about my level being even for the next couple of hours. Beats that by a long shot. That is, if you don't mind me talking your ear off some more. So, mind if I get to work? Here, why don't I talk you through my process a bit? That way, you'll get to see what I'm doing when I do it. Does that sound good? All right, let's take a look at what we're working with. Yeah, this outlet's seen way better days. Good thing it was nothing major, but still. I'm going to start off by unscrewing this cover and taking a look at the wire situation going on. Nothing too complicated. The power's been shut off, so thankfully, there's no risk of getting a surprise shock. Oh, I get it. Fires are scary, no matter how big or small they end up being. It's okay to feel anxious. Even with all my training, my legs felt like they were made of jelly for a full hour after I took on my first job. You did everything you were supposed to. What matters to everyone down at the station is that you're safe and things are handled quickly. That's a win, if you ask me. A best-case scenario for a bad situation. So, don't be too hard on yourself, all right? It could happen to anyone. I'm serious. You wouldn't believe some of the calls we've gotten. I could tell you a few of them once I'm done here. Nah, nothing gloomy. Only a bunch of wild stories that the guys love to tell. And some of them make me laugh way too hard. I'd rather try and stay steady while I'm working, and that is not gonna happen if I tell you by the time Santana forgot the fence gate was open and proceeded to fall face first into a bunch of petunias. Yeah, that one always kills at family dinners. Oh? Yeah, 1 sec. Wouldn't want to leave this uncovered. That would be risky, and I am not in that kind of business. Now, how can I help you? A glass of water would be perfect. Thank you. Thanks again. You've been a great host. Better than great, given the circumstances. Oh, thank you. All a part of the job, It pays to be thorough. I'm happy as long as you're satisfied with my work. And, but it's always nice to be appreciated. Not everyone stops to talk or asks if I like something to drink, Sometimes, yeah. People mostly bring food down to the station, though. They know we're here 24 hours at a time, so it's a big help. Truth is, at the end of the day, I'm grateful I can help and protect people. Using even a bit of the tech nerd stuff I grew up doing. But hey, the fresh meals sure are nice too. Can't rely on easy meals and snacks all the time. In fact, do you know where the Firehouse is? Well, there's a diner right around the corner, and the owner brings us some breakfast on slow days. Sometimes she even brings us pies. Now those are worth mentioning. I take a slice or two home, stick one piece in the fridge, and start my 48 hours off by eating the other. Then I go to sleep. Now that I say all that out loud, that's probably not the image of a firefighter that you've got in your head, huh? Yeah, I'll admit it. I've got a bit of a sweet tooth. The guys give me a hard time about it, but I've been this way since I was a kid. Plus, it's hard saying no to a treat after these long hours at work. That goes double when it's homemade, huh? They went through all that effort for us. Not that I turned down something from the store. There's this spot a couple blocks from the Firehouse that bakes the best orange scones. I know, those are dangerous. Nothing like kicking back with one of those and a cup of coffee during a break. Well, if you think I'm built, you should see the other guys. Staying strong and in good health is another part of the job. We gotta take care of ourselves if we're gonna help everyone else. Okay, that should do it. I'll do a quick sweep just to be extra safe, but I don't see anything you need to worry about. And if you do run into any problems, you can ask for me down at the station. Listen, it's no trouble at all. You should feel safe in your own home, and if taking another look at a couple of outlets or cables gives you that peace of mind, then it's more than worth the trip. Besides, it'll give me an excuse to change these old covers. They look like they haven't been updated since the 80s. Hey, would you mind sticking around for a minute? I just wanted to check in. Did you enjoy the audio? Then why don't you go ahead and subscribe to the channel? Then you'll know as soon as a new video comes your way. That includes the next episode of this series. I know I'm looking forward to it. About as much as I'm looking forward to my slice of cherry pie at the station. Hey, you know what? Why don't you leave a comment down below and say what your favorite dessert is? Pie, cake, a cheesecake? I'm curious. Oh, back to what I was saying. To order a custom audio, visit anagomi.com/commissions. That for sure includes original characters, so don't be shy about getting creative. Okay, I should get back to it. Stay tuned for the next one.